gun. So this video as originally planned to happen, but then got scrapped, and then went into production once again. I wish I was joking with this, but this is a real event that happened. So during the preparation session I didn't have any guarantee, and this guy happened to show up and made me cancel the video. But then I guess Anaxa really wanted me to make this video, as he jumped out and went into my account at super early pity. This also means I need to find a creative way to make this cancelled video, as I originally wanted to do Hypercarry Anaxa, which everyone is somehow doing. So in order to look creative we are gonna have to innovate something new. Let me introduce you to this. Oh wait, that's the wrong tab. So yeah, we are gonna be ranking every Anaxa teams from very normal to questionable ones. Since we already tried out Hypercarry Anaxa at the start of the video, I'll be giving it a 8 tier of awesome. It's a very simple yet fun team. All you need to do is just tap skill and wait for the boss to die. You also have Ho Ho Sunday Robin Trio, which are very versatile and very strong in any teams. There is also a sustainless team with Remembrance Trailblazer replacing Ho Ho, but I don't have the skills to do that. Still very cool though. Besides Hypercarry, Anaxa could also be used as sub-DPS in the Herta teams, which I don't think there's much to say. I think he is similar to Servil, used as an energy provider for Herta and have a bit more personal damage compared to her. In the end I'll give it a B tier, since there are some strong 4-star options and you don't have to spend all your jades just to get him to boost Herta. Now moving on into a slightly weirder team, we got ourselves Anaxa Super Break. Using his skill, Anaxa can implant weakness to enemies, which enables the other teammate to deal weakness break to enemies that does not have the corresponding one. Besides implanting weakness, he can also shred them quite easily, making him suitable to be in Super Break teams. Moreover, there's also a benefit using this team besides Firefly, as I do not need to worry about losing damage if I don't have skill point, as Anaxa still does a ton of damage with his follow-up attack. Overall I think I'll give this team an A as well, since it can work quite well with just 2 5-star characters. Now if you think that's all the teams we are gonna be ranking, then you are very wrong. As what I'm about to do is gonna be going into the most dangerous place, the Acheron mains. Acheron and Anaxa team viable? Yes, they have did it. They had their eyes on Anaxa, ready to put him into Acheron teams as they refused to use Jiaochu. And I conveniently have Acheron, so why shouldn't I do it, if I'm not wrong? Every skill and follow-up attack Anaxa does will give Acheron a stat. This means that he can allow Acheron to use her burst a lot more.
I weep for the heart. I weep
Yeah, although this team might seem weird and useless at first, but it's actually not the worst, but that's under the impression of you having an E2S1 Acheron and somehow don't want to use a second debuffer or a harmony character. This team might also see a weird use in Apocalypse Shadow or any game mode that requires you to break the weakness of the enemies, but I'm sure you'll be better off using an actual break team for that. So in the end I think I'll give it a C tier, since this team have some potential, just not a lot of them. Speaking of potential, this last team does not have any at all. In fact, they are worse compared to a normal team, and that team will be Anaxa with Firefly. Based on the previous teams, we know that Anaxa can actually implant and shred weakness quite well, so what if? Think about it, we don't even need a healer in the team if we just break the enemies as well as freezing the boss's extra turn. So what makes this team bad? Well yes, due to Anaxa needing to skill sometimes and both Firefly and Trailblazer using skill most of the time, you can run out of skill points very quickly. This would worsen the weakness break by a ton, which is what we want to avoid by any means. And no, we can't have the relic set that gives extra skill points, as all of them needs their corresponding set. Another problem is that since we have no healer and break is very team dependent, once one character dies the entire team just falls apart. So yeah, I tried this team for a bit more and it does deal a ton of damage once we break. Very satisfying by the way. With that, we have reviewed all the teams that Anaxa can be used in. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, the Anaxa Firefly team is F tier and I would not try to use it anymore.